Hello everybody, welcome back to another voice video. I know, crazy. Haven't heard from me in what, like 8 months? So I plugged in my microphone and it just started working. Hasn't worked in months, but it is all of a sudden. I just sort of wanted to do this video as almost raw unedited content. There's some weird lag spikes where videos just skip for no reason, which is fun. And there's also sections where I cut between rounds. I cut the victory screens and stuff like that to just make it a bit shorter because it was like 13 minutes with all that added. So I sort of just wanted to use this to sort of go through the logic that I use when I play arenas, because I've just really enjoyed arenas lately and I want an excuse to talk about it, if I'm honest. So for the first few rounds, I sort of went with a repeater so I could lay down damage. What is wrong with me? I have recorded this 3 times, and every time I've said damage, I don't want to talk about it. So I'm just laying down damage from afar and letting people pick up the pieces and get the kills, confirm the kills, and lock it down. I'm sort of happy playing that way. That's kind of how I like playing the best. If you'll see from my arenas videos, I like to sort of grab a repeater, or sometimes, very rarely, a sentinel, and sort of just lay down damage from range. But yeah, in this game it seemed to be working specifically well because these guys seem to want to run the sort of like R99, RE45 sort of compositions, and I just was not letting them get close enough to me. So then that way they couldn't close the damage and I could pick out another repeater, and by the time they got to me, swap the alternator, done. So at this point I was of the mindset that this game was pretty much just going to go the same every round. I'm going to be honest. They had an Octane that was level 13, I think it's that guy over there, and he wasn't, I don't want to insult him, he wasn't the best, but he was level 13. But the issue arises that I'm pretty sure he passed off his controller somewhat at some point, because all of a sudden he had like R99 PK and was like dunking on everyone, and it got very, very, very apparent that it was not the same person that was playing a moment ago. But yeah, here I just used the points that I had gained to upgrade from the alternator to the car, and that was really it. I didn't really do much else. My teammates here got downed. We got picked apart pretty well by these guys, but I sort of used this as a fact-finding mission, where I kind of just pushed in, tried to fight as many of them as possible to sort of see what they were buying, what sort of guns they were running, so then I could make an informed decision next round of how I was going to change the composition, because evidently what we were running wasn't working against them, to put it blunt. Just to put it how it is. At this point, I actually thought that guy was a decoy until he turned. I'm going to be honest, I literally saw him walk straight past me and not even look at me, and I was like, you're joking, right? So at this point, with the knowledge that they could get up close, I swapped to a flat line for this round. Sorry if that lag spike there. I changed to a flat line, and that way I could sort of cover mid to close range engagements rather than long range. Evidently worked out for us on that round. Unfortunately, I then got a delivery knock at the door, and I had to stand there like an idiot for an entire round. And at this point, the enemy team had actually swapped to a composition that I hadn't seen from them before, where they were running, I don't know if it was single fire on the flat line or like R301, or if they had changed up to a marksman rifle. But here they just start pinging us up, and this is the point where the Octane just goes crazy, runs across map and just solo takes down the Valkyrie, and I'm like, but you were terrible 5 seconds ago, I don't understand. At this point, I get very frustrated, staring at the lifeline, waiting for the lifeline to do the hands-off res, but she takes about half an hour to do it to her own clanmate. Like, come on, man. I get greedy, go for the BM. I'll be honest, I'll put my hands up, and I pay for it with my life, dearly. So this round, they held us down really well, got the frontal spawn. Obviously, let's be honest, the reason they got that frontal approach was because I was AFK and my teammates decided to punch me rather than playing the game. I feel like if they had actually pushed in and put down some pressure and I could have come in, it could have gone differently, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. So at this point, with the long range engagements, I had decided to swap back to the 30-30 repeater and give it another go with that, because it was working before, and if they went back for that pokey long range technique, I could close the gap with the car or hang back with the repeater like I was here, accidentally shooting rather than reloading, don't ask. At this point here, they were actually holding us pretty well, but the Wraith, obviously out of pressure and had to, I'm not insulting them at all, had to go around that back area and isolate themselves, which then allowed us to fold round and kill her. I got lucky on this Mirage just walking at me for some reason. Managed to take him down, but in the meantime didn't realise the Valk hadn't BM'd the Wraith. So we're just hanging around, I'm healing up. Valk is not healing up, and then the Octane starts shooting at me from where the Wraith is. So I'm like, I need to, get my health up full and push because it's gonna be both of them. I get the Octane mid-charging his PK. Realise the Wraith probably dropped down the hill, so I flank round the back to close the gap. Thankfully I did, because my Valkyrie puts up no fight. And we win the round. At this point I decided to keep the repeater, because again they could, based on where the zone is over by the skeleton, that's where they picked the slow pokier comp. But upon further inspection with me and the Valkyrie up above, I believe it was the Octane was actually AFK for the final round. I guess he just gave up and decided he was done with the game. So at this point I decided they're going to stay over there. Nothing I can really do about it. Maybe ping some bullets over, maybe chuck a grenade if they open the health box. Other than that, I wasn't really going to engage. They're going to have to come get me. That's really about it. They hit me, I think, here with a nice shot. But other than that, I kind of just heal up and then just hang back to sort of save my heals for when we need it, once they're pushed to us by the storm, and just hold zone. That's really a lot of what Arenas is about. It's still, despite not being the Battle Royale, it is a lot about holding the zones. But yeah, here in this clip we just hold them back, ping some bullets at them so they can't run at us safely and they get ticked by the storm a little bit, and then just clean up the kills. Really, it's sort of elementary, really. I missed a lot of bullets in this round. Wow. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the talking here because the video is pretty much over. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Feel free to tell me if you didn't enjoy it, and I can just go back to the montages. I'm perfectly fine with sort of whatever content you guys enjoy. I enjoy making all of it. I enjoy seeing you guys watching it, interacting with it, subscribing. I appreciate all of it so much. You'll never understand, I'll be honest. But thank you again for watching, and bye-bye for now.